bloody motor car. That's how it starts. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Roast Podcast. The first edition of the Roast Podcast in almost 5 months.
5 months.
Where have we been? Buying new lights, apparently.
Fucking who knows, dude. Yeah, we've been out, just not around to record, you know.
It's been a shame. Like, you just will not drive to my house with your peas.
I don't have.
No, I can't blame you at all. I don't have my peas either.
I've had more important things to do than figuring out how to drive.
I won't bash you within 2 minutes of the podcast, not even. Yeah, look, I've just been making crappy cliff jumping vlogs and doing stuff on my second channel, which has been fun, and that's been pretty good. Adam's been chilling on Discord, trying to find some more Discord beggars for his amusement,
Absolutely.
The other guy.
That one was funny.
That guy was a cooker.
Was so good.
Massive cooker. And well, I don't know, there's just been a lot of shit going on in our lives, but we're finally back for another edition of the podcast. First time in bloody yonks. And these lights are going to bring us places. We're basically going to use these lights in all our podcasts. Wherever we go for the podcast. We're thinking of doing one in the coming months in a forest, one in a room in my house with a projector, so it has our logo on the projector as we're doing it. It would be at a bar setting. Not a Cold Ones ripoff at all. And it's going to be lit. It's going to be great, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And we would have been in the room before, the room we were in for the previous podcast, but Adam, his mic is so,
dope,
set in place that moving it would just... And your computer as well.
Yeah.
For memes, I don't know. I think for research during the podcast or something.
Yeah, if the screens weren't turned away from the camera, I'd probably have some kind of funny meme image on the background. Even though I have my own illustrations as background images, I can just change them out for the meme,
Of course.
Have something funny there.
Yeah.
That'd be El Nito. But due to the way that I have my computer set up, I cannot currently turn them towards the camera.
I reckon in the coming days we might even test out a podcast in the room downstairs again. Who knows? We'll see how we go.
Except I won't be able to use this dope mic.
Yeah, moving the mic's a nightmare because you got to unscrew it from the thing. Oh. I mean, it's kind of stuck. You can move it, but I remember having that extension thing, and it was just a nightmare. Whenever someone took it out, it just destroyed me.
Yeah.
It's set in the one spot.
Exactly. This is the spot that I've found.
It just annoyed the crap out of me. I remember when people pulled it out just for a meme, and I was like, well, fuck you. No, I was in the family that
why
would have
you
done
gotta
that.
do me like this? It's not Gucci.
Holy shit, we've actually got no structure because haven't been doing it for so long, so we may as well go to the first topic.
First topic. What's the first
It's
topic?
months old though. I wrote this. I started writing these Roast Podcast episode 10 topics, thinking we'd just do one in a month or so.
Yeah.
And they're now
Look how that turned
outdated. I had my big night out as one of them, which is the big night out I had after we did our last podcast.
Oh yeah.
Where I went out and shouted freaking subscribe to How To Basic to people like a freaking idiot. That was a real thing that happened.
I can imagine. Yeah. Definitely sounds pretty epic.
It's just ridiculous.
Ooh.
And what else did I do? I don't know. I probably did stupid shit that night, but that was freaking ages ago. Jesus. We haven't filmed a podcast in so long. What else is there? I played blackjack at Crown Casino with a famous YouTuber, and I didn't even know who he was at the time.
Who was it again?
Raka.
Yeah.
You know who that guy is?
No.
I have no idea who he was, and then my mate's like, oh, how come you don't know who he is? I'm like, I don't know.
What does he do?
I've never seen his content never gets suggested to me, and because YouTube has a block on it from being suggested anywhere because it's really bad. He has fake death scenes of like blood and guts and stuff.
Well, if it's like entertaining like skits or something, or just like, you know, indie films, indie short films and stuff, and it's just, you know, gore porn, even then it's still, you know, it can be argued that that's still fine because it's still like fabricated for entertainment purposes.
It's entertainment purposes, but YouTube just decides, oh no, this is not for kids. Let's just not recommend it anywhere. So they don't recommend it anywhere.
They're like fucking
it's hard
20
to make.
years old, so why would it not be recommended?
I don't know. It's so weird, and it's really well made.
Got their algorithm fucked up.
It's a shame. So like we've pretty much breezed through this first topic because they're so old. Oh my god. Oh, I can't even say that. I don't think. Remember the last time I was on this podcast, I mentioned a mate's podcast I did with him that was really bad.
Yeah.
The Disaster Cast.
Disaster.
He'd
Shocking.
probably get a kick out of me mentioning it again, but
Don't give him any clout.
No, I'm happy to give him clout. He's doing well with his YouTube channel now, where he makes good reaction videos. He's
good reaction videos. Pick one, Chief.
Pick one of his reaction videos.
No. Reaction videos. Good.
What is this
Good
bullshit?
content.
How good content?
Content creators making good content when it's just fucking reacts. No,
Have you seen his content? Then no, don't speak about. I don't know.
I could boot on my web camera down and do a react to cringe compilation.
Do it.
And make $1 million.
Except his are actually really well edited and take him hours to edit, and are actually, you know, decent. So.
Alright.
Snap. I don't know.
I'm just. I don't know. React to r/Tarkov memes or something.
If we have him as a guest on the podcast, this moment that we just recorded is going to be really awkward to look back on, where you just give him shit for his format.
Because I don't like reaction videos.
It's not a react. It's not like one where he sits in front of the screen and watches the video. It's nothing like that. It's commentary.
Okay.
It's kind of like a commentary channel.
Okay, so you should have said he does commentaries.
Oh, well then I fucked it. I don't know. I don't know the difference
You
between
did.
reaction videos and commentary. I always fuck that. Anyway, he has good content. And
Okay.
yeah, it's decent. But we were on this thing, and we were on this podcast, and I don't know why I'm mentioning this. This is probably the last time I mentioned this because it's like such old news. He might mention it again when he comes on. I don't know if he comes on. And hopefully have him as a guest one day. He basically just like...
Sorry.
He's basically trying to organise this like interview with this guy for a podcast as a guest on his podcast. And before it even goes to air, or it's on the air, live to YouTube, and they're like having a full argument about whose Google Hangouts is working. It's like, which one's your Google Hangouts? And he's like, it's that one. And he's like, this one? And he's like, no, it's the other one. And he has like 20 Google Hangouts accounts, so it's impossible to find the one he actually wants.
Just... Don't you get like one Google Hangouts account from your basic Google account?
Yeah, you do, but then he's created about 20 Google accounts. I don't know why.
Wow.
And he's like, is it this one?
Chief,
No.
I've
Is it
got,
this
like,
one? No.
2.
Yeah, I've got like... I've got a fair few.
know.
I've got about 6 or 5. But that's only because of the extra podcast channels, the podcast clips, Sam's Homes Productions, Percy Mann's Productions, Sam's Movies Productions.
Is this a shameless plug?
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying.
I've got one, which is
Six
my
Factions.
personal one, and then 6 Factions, yeah.
I don't even have a personal one. I use my YouTube channel for everything I do. I'm like, that's a bad idea, I reckon.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I get YouTube related stuff even on my main one, but I get the more important stuff on my secondary, which is 6 Factions.
Yeah. Yeah, switch to orange permanently for a little while. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I glossed over it pretty badly just then, this story. It's not even like... I told the story horribly. Anyway,
You probably did,
this guy
unfortunately.
rages, the dude that says it's because you're a racist, PewDiePie. Remember that clip?
Very faintly.
He goes, it's because you're a racist, PewDiePie. As soon as I joined, I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? And he's like, it's because you're a racist, PewDiePie. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, Sam's Movies is a racist, PewDiePie.
Yes. No.
No. Yes?
Fucking hell.
No.
Anyway, that's basically it. He had a full argument with the guy for no reason before the podcast, and he was a bit of a dick. That's really all there is to it. I don't know. I don't know how many times I can gloss over the same topic and not add more to it. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to. I don't like repeating myself and not adding more to it. But I don't know. Maybe it's something that he should. Definitely something he should add his 2 cents to, because he was actually the one in the situation, not me. But anyway, rough situation to be in. Sorry, Bowles. Jakova. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, God. Where am I? Jesus Christ. Fuck. This is just all pandering. What are all these topics?
You know what did kind of disappoint me?
What?
Mortal Engines failing.
What's that?
Chief, don't you remember like episode
the
8
game.
or something? No, it wasn't a game. It was a fucking film, you dumbass. It was like, okay. It
Oh
was
yeah,
one where
from
it's
the
like-
episode. Okay, now I remember.
It was like
yeah.
the municipal Darwinism, where it's like the ship, the city's on tracks and they all move
Yeah.
and they eat one another. That, and what's his name? Peter Jackson came out with the film, and it kind of flopped.
Oh, this is the one you talked
This
up
was
in the
one I
second
was-
one.
This is the one I was talking about. I was really looking forward to it. Read all the books,
Oh shit.
and it flopped. And it was like, to be fair, I didn't actually get to go and see it in the cinema.
Yeah.
I was like wanting to, but I just don't have that kind of confidence where I can just go and see a film by myself. I can't seem to just bring myself to go see a film on my
Boring.
own. I gotta.
And it costs money.
Well, no, it's not particularly boring. It was just I didn't quite feel it. I would have gone if
I've
I
never
had
been
someone to go with, but I
Yeah.
could never convince. I wasn't able to convince anyone to go with me. But yeah, I heard that it didn't do so well, which is disappointing because it looked really good.
Maybe
Like,
it was good, but the critics are just full of shit. Who knows?
I think it was just weird.
Yeah.
It was not the kind of thing that most folks sort of gelled with. It was a lot of lore. The books are so heavy on the lore, and there was a lot of key changes from the books that would have perhaps driven away fans of the books.
Yeah.
And it was just dense. It was so dense, dude. It was like so many characters you got to keep track of, and story points, and all these other bits, and it was just a little bit weird. But I did enjoy it when I eventually got to go see it. I should probably watch it again, but it was well presented. Like all the CG was really, really good, and it's sort of exactly how I envisioned it.
Yeah.
Like when I was reading the books and had to mentally envision the tracks on the cities on tracks moving around and chowing down on one another for material. That's sort of the way that they depicted it in the films, was really quite on the money. It was a little bit surprising, but then again, Peter Jackson's pretty good for his like epics. Did wonders on the fucking Hobbit, even though he dragged it out for a goddamn trilogy.
So he's like
that
trying to.
shit still fucking annoys me.
It's from a book, right?
Yeah,
He's
it's
trying to
from
make
a series of books actually.
Yeah.
I may still have.
So he's trying to condense all the books into like one.
He condensed like 2 or 3 of the books into one, and he changed one like key thing. And spoiler alert: in the books, London, the city, doesn't move because it's actually been destroyed. It used to move. It used to be the biggest hunter city in the world. And it was destroyed. And then it's just a wreckage. It's a radioactive wreckage, and anyone who tries to get it's not been scavenged properly, because anyone who gets close to it gets either electrocuted by, I don't know what they called them. They had some funny name for it, or literally just get so irradiated so quickly that they melt or something.
Fuck. It's like Chernobyl, but like
basically, but
on
like
drugs,
amped up to 11.
Yeah.
And yes, it was destroyed. And then there's like a scene in the last film where the last book, where the city moves again, but it's not the entire city. It's like this tiny little city that erupts from the wreckage, and it's not on tracks. It hovers. It's got like hover plates, electromagnetic hover plates, and that was really quite a brilliant moment. But in the thing, London is the largest hunter city, and it does move, and it's sort of the leader one. It's like the capital Hunter City or something, and it hunts the smaller ones, and it's ridiculously quick even though it's massive. But the way that they presented it was just really, really cool, because it's like, you know, cities on tracks.
Yeah.
And at one point they're standing in, like, like when you see from afar, the action from afar, you think, okay, they're just like vehicles or whatever, but then at one point they're literally standing in the canyon dredged up by I think it was London, moving across the ground, and it's like 5 stories deep and as wide as like a soccer pitch.
Shit.
And that's how big its main drive wheels were. It's enormous, and you sort of forget how vast these things are, and they're rolling around eating one another for materials. People live on them day in, day out, and they're still vehicles.
So it's like Waterworld kind of in concept.
I haven't seen or read or anything Waterworld. So
Do you know? You don't know what that is?
No.
Basically the polar ice caps have melted and all the world's flooded, and so they live on like tiny atolls. That's all. That's only where society lives, on tiny atoll. And they think that land's all gone, and then they find land. Spoiler, it's a shit movie, but anyway.
I mean, it sounds interesting.
The concept's really, like, it's not bad, but they cost $500 million to film.
Oh, wow.
It's the most expensive movie of all time. It's a complete train wreck. It's like Spy Kids, but not as cool. Not as well written, with the cool imagery. Like, Spy Kids has all the cool, like, stuff, but
Spy Kids got all the budget.
Yeah. God, I love Spy Kids visuals. It's so cool. I downloaded it just then, because I was like, maybe we watch. Because I'm like in the mood to sort of watch it, but I don't know. See how we go. You probably don't want to watch Spy Kids again, do you? When was the last time you saw it?
Last time you showed me.
Really?
Yeah. Last time
that was just clips of it.
Well, yeah.
So you haven't seen the full movie?
I can't remember the last time I see it. Oh, I can pretty much remember all that happens.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that I watched so often as a kid that it's basically just burnt into my memory.
We talked about it so much in the last that's entertaining. Go watch our last podcast, guys.
Go watch the last one, yeah. Hopefully it turns up in the suggested, but you know.
If it works, if this channel gets any clout.
If YouTube actually decides to work. Yeah. No, but it's like YouTube algorithm.
It's terrible. Imagine if the YouTube algorithm worked like to genres. So if like just anything podcast, it put it in the algorithm. So if other people,
Twitch does that.
Twitch does that.
Twitch separates it into stuff like that.
It's a much better idea. YouTube just does what who uploads the most frequent, who has the most like which title gets like the most, I don't know, clicks. I don't know. It's just stupid. That what I said probably made no sense. I don't know. That is a good segue into my into a recent topic. The closest I've ever been to YouTube fame is the next topic I had. Well, that's convenient. That's a perfect segue almost. So I like titled a video kind of clickbaity, but the video wasn't clickbait at all. But the title was pretty bad. It was like, there's a secret way to find porn on YouTube, and it's just a girl getting like almost eaten out in the thumbnail, pretty much. Almost. Like, I don't know. That's pretty much the thumbnail almost. But anyway, 300,000 views later. Can't fucking believe it. The other day it got to 300,000 views. And I've never even been remotely close to 300,000. The next best is 20,000. So, I don't know. I've been trying the YouTube game for years, and I've finally figured out what works. You just clickbait the fuck out of your title and thumbnail, and you'll become a successful YouTuber.
Don't sink to their level, bro. Don't do it.
But I didn't. That's the thing. If you look at the title and the thumbnail, and then watch the video, they're two completely different things. The video is actually, I'll look, not to be out myself, but the video is quality. It's completely different to what it looks like, what you think it is. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just like, sharing that's like, I don't know why I've got so much bullshit here about my channel and stuff like that. It doesn't really mean anything. I might mention that some other time, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's dated in like these topic suggestions. Like I wrote shows and movies that must be seen in Spooktober.
In a moment.
That was fucking months ago.
Oh,
What happened? We just didn't shoot any podcasts over the summer. It's still summer.
It's just not worked, dude. It's just not been epic.
No. When was that? So
no.
like September was the last time we shot a podcast. It's now February. That's fucked.
Fuck it. Yeah.
But we're coming back with a vengeance. Our set design, when Adam comes to mind, when he gets his piece, when he comes to mind, it's going to be lit, our set design. It's going to be, not to be a dick with this setup, but it's going to be better than this setup. Because the camera's going to be front ways to us. We're going to be at a bar, just chilling, just drinking. You're going to have your orange juice. I'm going to have my beers. We're going to be chilling. I'll probably get drunk, very drunk, because that's a good meme for the podcast.
Okay.
I'll see how I go. That's why it's just incentive. You get to do those 2 hours, do your P's test, and nail it. Phone boy.
Sorry, Chief. I'm...
I don't mind. I mean...
At least I'm still, chatting.
Yeah, at least you're chatting to other people while being on this podcast. What about the people watching, Adam?
Bro, I can...
What do you say to the people watching?
can...
Oh shit, it just... What the fuck is going on? Did it just redo it? Oh, it split the clips. Alright, hopefully that fucking doesn't screw up and it's just audio, because I like video in podcasts now. What are you going to say?
I said I can multitask.
But you're being recorded.
Yeah?
It's not like the old days before we had the camera filming us.
You can't see me, so.
You're like fucking Colossal on the Cold Ones podcast. He just is on his phone for a good 5 minutes. Colossal is crazy. Oh god.
Colossal is lazy.
He is lazy.
That's a funny... I like that funny name.
I thought it was a parody channel. I didn't think it... Oh, see you nighttime sky.
By nighttime sky.
I thought it was a parody channel. I didn't think it was...
Like official
his second channel. That's hilarious. It's actually his second channel. For years I thought it was a joke channel by someone else.
Colossal is lazy.
It's funny.
It is funny. I love it.
It's true. It's a great meme. By the way, I don't know, that doesn't segue at all into the next topic. I tried to make it a segue. Does the internet actively dig for dirt on YouTubers so everyone can hate them?
Yes. I think so.
Do you think there's that one guy that's always looking for shit on a YouTuber that everyone loves?
I think someone somewhere would like to gun for someone like that, would probably enjoy that.
Because that's how like Tobuscus, what's his face, the tall skinny dude, I can't believe, Pro Jared, that's how Tobuscus, Pro Jared.
Pro Jared was just a fucking... No wait, I'm thinking of Pro Syndicate, sorry.
Oh, that guy as well. Team Martin and Pro Syndicate, both two freaking cocksuckers. I hate those guys. Oh, I got a call on my phone. Let's bring him on the podcast.
Who is it?
Hello, how's it going? You're live on the podcast.
Who is this?
Surely not.
You are live to the air, son, in a pre-recorded podcast.
Oh, okay. Hey, podcast. You might have to bleep this out because I don't want you to sound like a gambling addict, but you come to the casino tonight?
Oh shit, are we going to the casino? Come on, let's go.
Now, tonight.
My roommate's just like shocked.
We're gonna be there in about 45 minutes.
Alright.
Chief, it'll take us 45 minutes just to get
to
fucking Camberwell.
Well, no, it won't.
Train. Yeah, no, at this time of night the Alameins fucking...
We'll probably be on time. I don't know, man. I'll call you, just call me back in 5 minutes and I'll tell you. Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Oh, Samuel, you have returned.
Yes, Adam. I am back.
Did you make mad bank at the casino?
No, unfortunately, did not.
Your hand. What happened?
Well, Adam, if you must know, I shattered my wrist bones and my elbow bones falling on my skateboard on the way to casino. I got 20 meters. Fuck you.
Oh. Shat.
Yes, exactly, Adam. I would have won mad buck if I didn't fall over. If you didn't come... Let this be a lesson, kids. Stick with your mates if they don't want to go to casino in the yo-ho.
That was terrible.